Quonset huts come in several distinct types, and knowing the difference between them before you start building could save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. Each type has its own structural logic, its own ideal use case, and its own set of limitations that most people only discover after the fact. The S-model Quonset hut. This is the original shape that most people picture when they hear the word Quonset. The S stands for standard, and the design traces back to the early 1940s when the United States Navy needed a structure that could be shipped anywhere in the world, assembled without heavy machinery, and hold up under brutal weather. The S-model has a perfectly semicircular cross-section, meaning the walls and the roof are one continuous curved surface. What makes this design so durable is also what limits it. Because the curve begins right at the ground, the usable vertical space inside is only found in the very center of the building. If you walk toward either wall, the ceiling drops quickly. That means standard furniture fits awkwardly, and anything requiring full ceiling height near the edges, like shelving units or large equipment, becomes a challenge. Still, for storage, garages, and agricultural use, the S-model performs exceptionally well. It sheds snow and wind with almost no structural resistance because there are no flat surfaces for pressure to build against. Many farmers across the Midwest have used S-model huts for decades with minimal maintenance, which says a great deal about how well the original design holds up over time. The P-model Quonset hut. Engineers developed the P-model to solve the one problem that kept the S-model from being truly practical as a workspace or living environment. The P stands for portable, but the real innovation was in the shape. Rather than a perfect semicircle that curves all the way to the ground, the P-model features straight vertical walls of about 4 to 5 feet before the curve begins overhead. That small change transforms the interior dramatically. Suddenly, the usable floor space extends much closer to the walls. You can place workbenches along the sides, hang tools, install insulation panels, or even add interior framing without constantly fighting the curved surface. The P-model became especially popular during the post-war period, when military surplus Quonset huts were sold to civilians who wanted affordable housing or workshop space. Today it remains one of the most requested designs because it balances the structural efficiency of the curved roof with far more practical interior dimensions. If you are planning to use your Quonset hut as a workshop, a retail space, or even as a converted living area, the P-model is usually where experienced builders start the conversation. The Q-model Quonset hut. The Q-model took the logic of the P-model and pushed it further. It features taller vertical walls, often reaching 8 feet or more before transitioning into the curved arch overhead. At that point, a Q-model begins to feel less like a traditional Quonset hut and more like a conventional building that happens to have a curved roof. The interior clearance is generous enough to accommodate standard door frames, full-height interior walls, and even a second-level mezzanine in larger versions. Commercial operations tend to gravitate toward the Q-model for exactly this reason. Warehouses, equipment dealerships, airplane hangars, and event venues have all been built using this design. The trade-off is cost and complexity. Taller vertical walls require heavier gauge steel, more anchoring hardware, and more precise foundation work. The wind load calculations also change when you introduce taller exposed wall surfaces, so engineering review becomes more important. But for anyone who needs serious square footage without the constraints of the lower models, the Q-model delivers a genuinely functional large-scale space at a fraction of the cost of conventional steel construction. The arch building. The arch building is technically a close relative of the Quonset hut rather than a direct variation, but the distinction matters when you are shopping for materials and permits. Arch buildings use a corrugated steel panel system that locks together along the top of each arch, forming a ridgeline rather than a smooth, uninterrupted curve. The result is a building that looks slightly more angular from the outside and behaves differently under load. Because the panels support each other through interlocking connections rather than relying entirely on the rigidity of each individual sheet, arch buildings can often span very wide distances without internal support columns. Some commercial arch buildings exceed 100 feet in clear span width, which makes them attractive for aviation, agriculture, and large-scale storage where open floor plans are essential. The arch building also tends to assemble faster than traditional Quonset designs because the panel system is engineered for speed. Each piece has a designated position, and the structure essentially guides itself together as you work. For buyers comparing quotes, it is worth asking suppliers specifically whether their product is a true Quonset hut or an arch building, because the structural behavior, the insulation requirements, and the foundation needs differ enough to affect your planning significantly. The Nissen hut. Most Americans are not familiar with this name, but anyone who has read about British or Commonwealth military history has likely seen photographs of the structure without knowing what to call it. The Nissen hut was developed by Major Peter Nissen of the Canadian Army during the First World War, roughly 2 decades before the American Quonset hut was designed. The two structures look similar from a distance, both using a semicircular corrugated metal profile, but they differ in their internal framing method. Nissen huts rely on a series of internal wooden or steel ribs that define the shape and carry the load, with a corrugated skin attached on the outside. The Quonset hut, by contrast, uses the corrugated steel itself as a structural element, making it lighter and easier to ship in flat panels. For modern builders, the Nissen hut design occasionally surfaces in heritage restoration projects, particularly in parts of Europe and Australia where wartime structures are being preserved or reconstructed. Understanding this distinction helps when sourcing parts, because Nissen hut components are not interchangeable with standard Quonset hardware even though the buildings may look nearly identical. The rigid frame steel building. This one often gets grouped alongside Quonset huts in manufacturer catalogs, and the confusion is understandable because both are sold as prefabricated metal structures. The difference is fundamental. A rigid frame steel building uses a skeleton of steel columns and beams arranged in a rectangular or rectilinear layout, with metal cladding applied to the exterior walls and roof as a skin. There is nothing curved about the structure itself. Quonset huts, by definition, derive their strength from their arch shape. The rigid frame building offers more architectural flexibility since you can customize wall heights, window placement, door sizes, and roofline pitch with far greater freedom than any curved arch design allows. However, rigid frame buildings cost more per square foot, require more complex engineering, and typically take longer to erect. They are the right choice when your project demands a building that must look a certain way, comply with specific aesthetic codes, or accommodate openings that a curved structure simply cannot provide cleanly. Knowing this distinction before you walk into a supplier conversation means you can ask better questions and avoid being upsold into a product category that does not match your actual needs. The temporary or fabric Quonset structure. Not every Quonset-style building is made from steel panels. A growing category uses the same arch geometry but substitutes heavy-duty fabric or vinyl-coated polyester as the outer covering, stretched over a galvanized steel or aluminum arch framework. These structures are intended for applications where permanence is less important than speed of deployment and ease of relocation. Disaster relief operations, military forward bases, temporary storage during construction projects, and seasonal agricultural shelters have all made use of fabric arch structures. The setup time for a fabric Quonset can be measured in hours rather than days, and the entire structure can be disassembled and moved to a new location without any permanent damage to either the building or the ground beneath it. The limitations are real though. Fabric structures do not insulate as effectively as steel panel buildings. They are more vulnerable to damage from sharp objects or prolonged UV exposure, and they carry shorter lifespans even when properly maintained. For anyone planning a permanent installation, a fabric structure is rarely the right answer. But for temporary or mobile applications, nothing else in the prefabricated building category comes close in terms of speed and flexibility. The underground or earth-sheltered Quonset. This is the least common variation but one of the most fascinating in terms of engineering and energy efficiency. Some builders, particularly those interested in sustainable construction or off-grid living, have taken standard Quonset hut panels and buried them partially or entirely beneath soil or earth berms. The arch shape, which distributes load so efficiently in its conventional above-ground application, performs equally well under the compressive weight of soil. When properly engineered and waterproofed, an earth-sheltered Quonset hut maintains remarkably stable interior temperatures throughout the year because the surrounding earth acts as a massive thermal buffer. Heating and cooling costs drop substantially compared to any above-ground structure of similar size. The challenges involve waterproofing, drainage design, and structural review, since the load profile of a buried structure differs entirely from one exposed to wind and snow. Permits can also be more difficult to obtain because building officials are often unfamiliar with the design and may require additional engineering documentation. For the right buyer in the right climate, though, an earth-sheltered Quonset represents one of the most cost-effective and durable permanent structures available outside of conventional construction.